Hola mis amigos and possible amigas, my name is Taffrey16 and happy Easter. Welcome to my reaction to Songs of Praise. Now, I want to quell any fears here at the beginning. For anyone thinking, oh no, is this just going to be a let's make fun of Christianity for half an hour special? No, we're not doing that. Listen, I know that anyone who's a regular viewer channel knows that sometimes I have fun with religion, because it's funny, and I'm not personally religious. But I'm also open-minded, and I think people should be able to believe in whatever they believe in as long as they don't use it to hurt people or don't try to force it on people. So, in the spirit of that, we're going to watch Songs of Praise. Songs of Praise is a BBC television religious program that presents Christian hymns sung in churches of varying denominations from around the UK. It's one of the longest running shows of its kind, or just shows in general. It's gone from October 1961. There's not a lot updated on this page, but I imagine it's still going. There's not a lot of new information about it, but I would assume that it's still going to this day. So, yeah, I mean, this is, again, just seems like something fun to do for Easter. I don't know why I said that so quietly. For Easter? It's going to be something fun to do for Easter. I'm interested in seeing it, so let's go ahead and watch it. Alright, so this is a somewhat new episode. It's from 2019. I know everything pre-pandemic seems like a million years ago, but let's go ahead and watch it.
I'm in the Yorkshire Dales, in the heart of what locals call God's own country, finding out what makes this region so spiritually rich, and I'll be exploring it using a rather unusual mode of transport, motor trike. Welcome to Songs of Praise.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. A motor trike. Okay. I feel like I've heard this theme used in something else before. No idea what, but it's just got a familiar sound to it.
On today's programme, I meet
cool.
the Christian running trike tours here in the Yorkshire Dales and find out how she praises God whilst on three wheels.
If God is an expression of love, then this is one of the nicest presents ever.
I visit the famous Wensleydale creamery to discover how the popular cheese was first produced by monks in the 12th century. And a Yorkshire farmer reveals how she relies on her faith, especially during uncertain times.
I think you have that deep-rooted connection with the earth, and I think we have to have hope and we have to have faith in order to continue sometimes.
That's good, because it got even more uncertain the next year.
The Yorkshire Dales really is a lovely part of the country, and our first hymn is the perfect accompaniment to this beautiful scenery. How great thou art!
Christian song I've ever heard in my life. The guitar really makes it. That's the most funkiest Christian song I've ever
The
heard.
Yorkshire Dales National Park covers over 840
The guitar
square
is brilliant,
miles,
and the drums.
every year more than 3 million visitors come to explore the stunning surroundings.
Wow.
And these days, you don't have to walk or mountain bike. There's an alternative way to get around.
Motor truck.
6 years ago, local couple Jason and Judith decided to give up their careers in computing and teaching and start
Really?
up a business together, running the first official motor trike tours of the Dales.
Oh, they do tours. Okay.
Hi, Jason and Judith. Great to see you, and great to see this. It's rather special. How did this business all start?
We both love triking, and we both had the idea of possibly doing something with a trike round the Yorkshire Dales. And the idea was born, and now, 6 years on, this is what we do.
Wow.
Why did you want to do this, Judith?
Well, I knew it was something that would make Jason really happy when he'd had a job for a number of years that had been really stressful.
And you prayed about it.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
like you
man,
would
I
do
hope
as
they
a
weren't hit
Christian,
too hard by the
anytime
pandemic.
you're going to do something very drastically different,
Yeah.
then I would pray about it. And there were lots of
I hope it didn't
obstacles,
hit them
but
too hard.
the obstacles
It might have.
disappeared.
Well, now it's my turn. Can we get going?
Let's get going.
What do we need?
Sorry to be a downer, but like, that
Helmet?
sucks.
Most important. Lovely, let's go.
Okay.
This is just incredible. I've never done anything like this before. Beautiful. You really feel so close to nature out here, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Special.
Very much part of the landscape. I always say it's the fun of being on a motorbike, because you look at it
Motor
from
truck.
the front, you feel like you're on it. But it's actually more like being in an open-top sports car where you're sitting. So
Yeah,
you
kinda.
do have that comfort and safety, and you don't have to do all that swinging around thing.
Yeah, it seems a lot more like
You just can't help but smile.
Secure
when you're
than a
sitting back
motorcycle.
here.
Whenever you go past people, you see they smile too.
I don't know if
And
I could
quite
ride a
often
motor
you feel
cycle,
very
but I
famous
could ride
at
on
the end
that.
of it because you've waved at everybody as you've gone past.
Feel a bit like royalty sitting back
Look
here.
at me
to
in
be
motor
honest. And you yourself have a great faith, Judith. Do you feel sort of a bit closer to God whenever you're out here?
Absolutely, I don't see how you can't. If God is an expression of love, then this is one of the nicest presents ever.
He did pretty good work around here, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful there, my lord.
Across the UK, there are just a handful of trike tour companies. Judith and Jason tailor their tours to suit individual requests, stopping off at historic monuments, viewpoints, tea rooms, and churches.
Wow.
I have to say, what a lovely stop. Tell me about this place, Jason. It's stunning.
It's called Jervo Abbey, or Jervo as we say in Yorkshire speak. Dates back to the mid-1100s and is currently one of the largest privately owned abbey estates in the country.
Wow.
Stunning. And Judith, you said this is a very special place to you spiritually.
Well, I think anybody who goes into church realises that as soon as you walk into church, you get that unique sense of calm and peace and a connection with God. And I've always found that outside as well as inside, but here, it's definitely here.
Having really enjoyed that trike ride, I imagine that somewhere else you find you're closer to God.
Yes, once you're in the helmet, you have that kind of sense of being cocooned in a little way. It's a time to be able to pray as well. It's a lovely time.
Do you find yourself
It's a lovely
praying
time.
on the back of the trike?
Yeah, I do, quite often, quite often.
Oh, here we go again. Let's do it. Notice me?
Not far from here on the Yorkshire coast is the beautiful seaside town of Whitby. Earlier this year, Kate Botley went to visit St Hilda's Priory to hear the legend of St Hilda and to meet the nuns following in her footsteps. They were about to move into a purpose-built convent, and we've been back to find out how they're settling in to their new home.
Nice.
I'm really excited to be here because St Hilda is one of the most influential women in Christian history.
Wow.
She's known as the patron saint of Whitby and first founded a monastery nearby in 657 AD. She's got strong arms holding up that church.
For years now.
Sister Carol, the prioress, is telling me just why this early British Christian leader inspires the nuns here.
I think that she actually unified the church. She was very wise, a very strong woman. There was a lot of conflict within the church. She was the one who organised the Synod of Whitby, and that must have been very difficult for her, trying to get the unity of the church together.
Probably, yeah.
And today, the nuns are facing a test of unity of their own.
It's hard to unify anybody.
Because of the age and running costs of their old building, they've decided to move to a brand new purpose-built centre next door. It may be daunting, but it's certainly an adventure.
Wow.
And where's God in the middle of all this change?
God is behind us, before us, above us, and here with us.
And there's nothing
I
to
was
fear
kind of
in
hoping she'd
that.
just say, I was over there.
Fear in change.
This is chilling in the background.
Since we last visited, the sisters have completed their big move and are now living in their new building.
Nice.
I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. And just the space and the light, for me, it's wonderful. Now that everything is on the ground floor, the sisters who have to use sticks or zimmers can move anywhere. It's more easier for them now than it was.
But although the nuns like their new home, it's been a difficult time. On the 8th of March 2019, the community's prioress, Sister Carol, passed away.
Damn.
Sister Carol was diagnosed with cancer as soon as she became prioress, and so we lived with her terminal illness for 3 years. And but sadly she died in March. Carol did see it as a new beginning for the community. She was very excited about it and just wanted to see it finished, which she did, more or less. I think my prayer now would be that we all settle down and live together to God's glory. There's the words in the Bible, I did not choose you, but you chose me. And I think we all feel that we have been chosen by God to live this life. And it is a life of sacrifice, but it's also a life of joy.
Ye servants of God. Church. It's got a second floor and everything. Nobody ever claps.
Some wonderful singing there in the Methodist Central Hall in London. And if you enjoy singing, why not come along to our recording of the UK's favourite hymns, as voted for by you? It's in Leicester on the 11th of September. To buy tickets, please call 0116 233
Good thing you didn't do it in March.
3111 or visit our website for more details. From one area of outstanding natural beauty to another now, and we have a special performance at the National Botanic Garden of Wales from our very own Catherine Jenkins.
Bet.
Well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away. Where the morning is bright and the lamp is the light and the night is as fair as the day, there will be peace in
That place looks
the
incredible.
valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there will be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. Well, the flowers will be blooming,
They sure are.
and the grass will be green, and the skies will be clear and serene. Where the sun ever beams in this valley of dreams, and no cloud there will ever be seen. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. Well, the bear will be gentle, and the wolf will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the lamb, and the beasts from the wild shall be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature that I am. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. There will be peace in the valley for me.
God damn, that was beautiful. That place is just incredibly unique, too. Look at that.
Behind me lies the little town of Hawes. It's England's highest market town, which lies 850 feet above sea level. And it's also home to Yorkshire's most famous brand of cheese, Wensleydale. It's my next stop on the trike tour.
Let's go.
Nestled between two hills is the historic Wensleydale creamery. And today I've been invited to find out how Yorkshire's most famous cheese is made, and hopefully I'll get to taste some too. I'm meeting Managing Director David Hartley, who's going to tell me all about the Christian roots of Wensleydale cheese.
The first Yorkshire Wensleydale that was recorded and made in this area was actually made by French Cistercian monks who settled in the area in the 11th and 12th century. And they came over to this country following the Norman conquest of 1066. At that time they were making cheese predominantly from sheep's milk.
In the 1500s, the monks passed on their recipe to local farmers' wives. But the man responsible for making Wensleydale cheese the success it is today was a Methodist preacher.
Thomas Christopher Calvert. He was the son of a quarryman, a local entrepreneur, and he was also a devout Methodist as well. He basically took the business from the 1930s to the 1960s. Making Yorkshire Wensleydale cheese here in Hawes is so intrinsically important to us because this is where it's always been done.
How has it evolved?
In essence, the whole cheese making process hasn't changed at all. No. You will now just see us doing it in a more sophisticated, controlled way.
I would love to see how it's done. Would you mind
I'm
showing
sure technology.
Of course, follow me.
The creamery employs over 300 staff, and every year they produce around a whopping 4,000 tonnes of cheese.
This is where all of the cheese making process happens. And
something serious is going on in here.
Indeed.
What's this all about?
So this is curd. The milk came in yesterday from the farms direct, stored overnight, and then it's pumped through the pasteuriser, which heat treats the milk into the cheese vat, and we turn it into curds and whey. And then when the time is right, we run the curds and whey out onto what we call a finishing table. If you'd like to feel some cheese, see what it feels. Of course you can, yeah.
Ooh. It's warm as well.
It is, yeah. So this cheese will be about 30 degrees.
Pass me some of that cheese.
And you can start to see that we've got that
Just put it for the screen, it's fine.
So it is a wonderful process.
Oh, David, I can tell Wensleydale cheese is in good hands with you and this wonderful team here.
That's great. We must go and taste some mature cheese
yes,
now.
Please. Yes, please. I'm ready for it.
Brilliant.
She just starts eating it. Oh, eat this raw cheese right here.
Oh, so good to get out in the fresh air without the hairnet this time, David.
Indeed. Okay.
Crack on, dig in, as they say. Need a bit of muscle for this.
Start to withdraw that. And what we're looking for there is that the cheese nicely fills the iron.
And that's how string cheese is made.
Just take a little piece of that.
Lovely, thank you.
Have a taste, tell me what you think.
Oh, that's stunning.
So creamy, crumbly.
Clean.
That's a great word, clean, we like that.
You're gonna use that?
Fresh, lemony, citrusy.
Oh, gorgeous. It's just wonderful to know that the recipe you produce here now stems back hundreds of years to the time of the monks in this gorgeous area. Perfect recipe.
Well, I hope so, yeah. Fantastic.
Our next hymn comes from the impressive Halifax Minster in West Yorkshire. Wow. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine.
That's good. That's an old church. There's baby. Oh. Chair backfired on me. Pause is always throwing me off. You're thinking, okay, that's it. Nope, still got more song. Did they say how old that church is? I don't think so. I think they said historic. It's got to be pretty old.
Here in the Yorkshire Dales, there are over 1,000 individual farms, and each year many of those who work on them come together for the Great Yorkshire Show. And last summer, Kate Botley went to check it out.
As a Yorkshire lass, it's fantastic to be back in God's own county. And I can say that I'm a vicar after all.
Are you?
The Great Yorkshire Show is one of the largest and oldest agricultural shows in the UK. Christian farmer Kate Dale has been involved in the event for many years.
It's 3 days where people can come along, relax a little bit, have a bit of downtime, meet up with friends that they perhaps don't see that often, and just see the pride that we have in Yorkshire in all that we do.
You're lovely. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But farming life is far from easy, with changing markets and increasing isolation among the pressures. Kate also works for the Yorkshire Rural Support Network, reaching out to farmers in need.
Oh my God.
We do farmer health checks in some of the livestock marts and the machinery shows, and I think it's just important for people to know that it is okay to feel a little bit stressed.
Hashtag Morven
and,
Tractors.
you know, the ways that they can seek help.
I'll check that hashtag later.
If I've had a tough day, I love just to go out into the middle of a grass field and just listen to the sounds around me, feel the space, feel the wind against my face.
That must make you feel
that was bars.
out in those fields.
I think it does. You feel a presence, there's no doubt about it, and that's special.
1 year on, we caught up with Kate, this time at home on her farm in the Vale of York.
So we've been here 30 years this year, actually, which seems to have gone in the blink of an eye. It's a good arable farm, but we have beef and sheep as well. I think for a lot of farmers and their families, the political uncertainty has overtaken a lot of their other challenges, because we're just not sure
them cows, she just called them beef.
What kind of clarity or certainty we're going to have as an industry going forward. As part of the farming community, I think you have that deep-rooted connection with the earth, and I think we have to have hope and we have to have faith in order to continue sometimes.
For now, it's business as usual at the farm, and Kate and the team have begun their harvest.
It's an exciting time in that there's the anticipation of a crop that looks well, and so we're interested to see how it's going to yield. I think harvest does make you stop and think. It makes you realise how you are in the hands of something much bigger than the weather and everything else. And I think we and the community around us are very aware of a bigger power, and we need to give thanks for that.
Is this the last song? It might be. No, actually, we got a little bit of time. Might be two more. I don't know. It depends on how long the song is. Could be. I think I've heard this one. That piano man's going for it. He's sweating all day. piano man is intense. Looks like a lot of them are sweating. How hot is it in there? Oh my lord.
Next week, Alad visits the spectacular Burley House near Stamford in Lincolnshire and talks to Lord Julian Fellows about his faith and work, including the new Downton Abbey movie. Do you know, I've really enjoyed exploring the Yorkshire Dales, and I can understand now why people call it God's own country. We end today with a celebratory worship song, which is all about giving God the glory.
Okay, it's a different looking church. But are we giving God glory or Jesus? I guess Jesus. I thought he was the son of God. You know what? Let's not get into it. She's really into it. Well, I enjoyed that. Alright, well, that was a fun program. Man, again, I really hope the motor trike people weren't affected too bad by the pandemic. They probably were, unfortunately. They probably were affected a lot. I hope they're doing alright. I really hope they're doing alright. Damn. That kind of sucks to think about, to be honest, but I really hope they're doing alright. And all that. Same with the cheese people and all that. So, what was your favorite song? Mine was probably the 4-minute one. The lady was singing in the glass dome looking place in Wales. The place itself looked incredibly unique. It was like pretty much underground. It was just like a dome, but the rest of it was underground. It was pretty cool. And the song was beautiful. Well, that was my Songs of Praise Easter special. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we'll do another one next Easter. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, I stream every single day, my second channel for Instant Views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me on my daily motion, my VL, all those things are down in the description down below. Thank you to all 75 of my Patrons currently named in the description. If you don't know, you can be a Patreon on me for as low as $1 or £1. You get extra reaction videos, as well as reading your comments a day early, and you get your name in the description. Also, in the description is linked to community as well as the daily schedule, as well as Twitch VODs channel. With all that being said, though, my name is Tafford's Team. This has been my reaction to Songs of Praise. Happy Easter. I'll see you guys next time.